What's going on, everybody? Dem Boys back at it. Welcome to the first Dem Boys versus of the year. So I'm kind of on one here, right? This was the challenge to myself. I needed to play 10 house rules games only using screens and RPOs, okay? I'm not going to allow myself any forward passes. I'm not going to allow myself to call any run plays. On defense, I only allowed myself to make one substitution, and I was not allowed to make any zone depth or any pre-snap coaching type adjustments through the menus at all. So let's see if I can go ahead and rip off a perfect 10-0 record, making it as tough as I possibly could on myself. But really, the other thing I wanted to prove to y'all is just how dank this scheme is. Obviously, these folks don't have a ton of time to adjust to what I'm doing, right? It's not a 4-quarter game, making it a little bit easy to be repetitive, but it nonetheless is a hell of a way to show off the effectiveness of this offense. So you'll notice I've got Tyreek Hill for the bubble screens. Whoever you're throwing the bubble to, you just want that to be your fastest guy. That's going to be the most important thing there. And then I do have screen protector on my center and both guards as well. You could just as well put screen protector on one guard and one center and just run screens to that side of the field. But it does work a touch better to have that third screen protector, obviously. So here, okay, I don't know what the hell that was. I switched to him and then it just wouldn't let me run. Sometimes this game's glitchy like that. But talk about taking advantage of the no adjustments, right? I always tell you guys to set your option stuff to conservative right out the gate. Well, I can't, right? I've allowed myself no pre-snap adjustments defensively. Here you'll see it just spinning through to the next game quickly because I wanted to prove that this wasn't edited. This was in fact 10 games in a row, all right? So that stuff's sped up about times 10. If you want to slow that down on your devices in between every game, if you're that skeptical and you don't believe me, that's why I didn't cut in between games. I just fast forward, all right? So no edit tricks. The only stuff that's cut is in between each play because y'all didn't want to be here for no 40 minutes watching this. Nobody'd watch this shit for 40 minutes. If you can't spend a few minutes to sit here and watch this and learn some things about what I'm doing and how well this offense works, that's on you. But 40 minutes, that would be bad. That would be on me. That'd be no good. No good at all. So again, you'll see I'm primarily in the cover one. A big part of that is because I'm not allowing myself to set zone depths. So it would be pretty tough to play any zone. Or much zone. So with these crosses, you'll note I made a mistake. I got high on the guys coming across. You'll note this time I realized what I did and I stayed low. So I want you to go back and rewind those last two plays. There's your first teaching moment. The first time they threw those slants at me, I got high up over the receivers and was completely unable to do anything about it. I knew it was coming, so then I got under it because pass interference is a thing this year, right? That's why I had to get under it. Different little things that you want to think about when you're playing and certain route combos are coming at you. So again, this guy goes ahead and does what? Same thing as the last guy. So here is a different defense. Little cover 3 with a couple of cross mans. Not a bad idea. It's actually the cover 3 that's right above our cover 1 in the playbook that I was using there. And then you can cross man the two guys that are supposed to blitz or blitz the one in the quote-unquote linebacker spot. Here, dude was running verts, so I don't know if you saw that. I put one of my quote-unquote purples, right? One of the outside linebackers that would be on a purple. I put him on a deep blue to run with those two verticals. Game over. So another adjustment you can think about when people are spreading you out like that, if that's what you think's coming. So on defense, as far as abilities go, you're gonna want to have edge threat. You know, if you don't have edge threat, it's just gonna be so tough. Um, Also, God, I'm not even trying to rhyme, so I'm just gonna pause. I also have an appreciation for inside stuff. Damn it. Dude, y'all know I'd be rhyming on accident. I don't know what the deal is. Inside stuff, though, is another one, right? So I'm really messing around with putting abilities and stuff just on the D line. Win in the trenches, you know what I'm saying? It's a real simple concept, guys. So another thing that I really want to mess around with here is grab and go. I got to look and see if there's a receiver where I'm not sacrificing enough speed. But it's possible, right? I haven't labbed it yet. Just a possibility, a thing that I'm thinking about. Could be grab and go there. Same thing with running backs on the screen. I don't know if like McCaffrey can get grab and go or something like that. I don't know. Stuff to consider though. Things to think about. But otherwise, Hill's speed is just something, you know, it's just too much. A little bit of legginess. I was mad. I was not happy. I made it in, so whatever, but man. Bad blocks. So here goes another thing I'm thinking about, guys, and this is going to be the next possible evolution of an offense like this, is to have a tight end out there so those blocks don't get blown. And then as well, so I can go ahead and shift down into single back, two tight end single back sets. So another thing to kind of think about with this offense. Again, stuff I have not yet tested, but things that have kind of crossed my mind. So you see that inside stuff, creating a gap for me to run in behind and shoot that. Just beastly. Inside stuff is so glitchy. I swear it lights up on stretches fairly frequently too. Right, so it's kind of like matchup nightmare. You can throw it at a safety, and with certain routes, it'll still light up because it's just glitched. Also, another little bit of random knowledge I'm dropping on y'all. But I swear, man, I've seen it so many times where that inside stuff, somebody runs a stretch, and it lights up. I don't know what's going on. I got no idea, but it happens. I'm telling you, it happens more often than it ever should, right? Should never happen. And again, Reek out there, even if you know that's coming, it's so hard. A user's got to jump on that. So what makes this offense so difficult to deal with is unless there's very few defenses that you can just set the defense and the computer will stop this stuff, right? Well, each thing is to an opposite side of the field. So if you get sick of the bubble screen and you take your user over there on the bubble side and I throw a screen, you're completely screwed, right? If you try to baseline your defense to get some backside help to take away that screen and just have a numbers game over there, well, now I can just audible to the bubble screen and you've got no numbers on the other side. If your user's taking away that bubble, then I can just hand it off. And there's very few defenses that will stop all three of those things together, right? And then we start to branch out into some of the crossers flags, some of the phenomenal passing concepts that Trips TE does have. And that's when things can really take off and just become extremely difficult. So really, if you don't want to if you don't want to run Panthers offset bunch, you know, Trips TE is really as good as it gets. I've run through about 10, at least 10 offensive playbooks, fully run through them. Obviously didn't lab super into depth with each playbook. You know, that would take a few months, but enough of a look to know what's going on, and really those are the two things that you'll see. Split close isn't quite what it was. For me, like cover 3 buzz will take away almost every play call within split close. So guys, that's why you haven't really seen me do anything in split close. If there's one defense that can essentially bag it all, someone just has to find that defense and you're toast. So we got to be a little more versatile, a little more multiple than that. And there's that rekill effect again. Bye. Bang. You know, what do, right? You cover one side of the field, you get hit on the other side. And guys, I'm not even, this is pretty mindless. I'm basically, if you've noticed the pattern, just going like every other play call. More or less, that's all I'm doing. I mean, look, again, same thing. Let's just like really start to watch this, and you can see how predictable of a pattern this actually is. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now, what are you gonna do? You try to take away the outsides, then I just hit you with that. Then you bunch up the middle, and then you get hit there, right? What the hell do you do? There's just very few defenses, and less people that have an idea what those defenses actually are. Now, that's gonna stop all three of those things. I think I've run into maybe 3 people total across all game modes. So again, you see all 3 of my screen protectors leading out there. You can definitely get some glitchy impact blocks with that. Yeah, like that, kind of like that, on cue, right? Just run them all over. If they get a hand on someone, they're probably going down. So there, if you're wondering why I had a hard flat on the back end and a purple to the well, weak side, but in my mind, strong side. So bear with me here. Typically, if people don't run a ton of trips when they hop into some type of a trips formation, it's going to be to run a dagger. So you're going to have the tight end on a drag. So I want to put a hard flat over there to the trips side. Also, if there's like a zig or anything over there on that trips side, that hard flat's going to help me out over there. So that's why a lot of times with trips, you'll see me hard flat one side and purple another, if I'm not messing with my depths, of course. Otherwise, you just have to kind of set your clouds and curls or whatever. Little stop and go action. And you'll know one thing you'll notice where I'm going to break that every other play pattern is the 2-point conversion. When I get that close to the line of scrimmage, or to the end zone, I don't really like the screen. There's not a ton of room. So if I'm, within 4 yards or closer, you're going to see the bubble. Bye. You can see that coming a mile away, guys, if we're just keeping it real. When people start running those little Texas routes, just fly down on that and jump it. They're probably throwing it. So here we are. I'm definitely sitting up, right? You can't blow it now. Can't blow it now. So click on game. Let's go. You got me sitting up. Had to get my 10th dub. Hope y'all found this as helpful as possible. I really tried to pack in a ton of info. Dem boys, like, comment, subscribe. Peace.